And ladies and gentlemen, let me, on behalf of the Australian Board, back up our CEO James, and he's welcome to you all. It is good to see you here today, and we hope you get value out of the whole day. I'd particularly like to thank Mr Yan Leader for joining us again, about the third visit to Australia this year, so thank you Mr Yan, and John Suffolk, who's been a regular visitor. And to all of you who've come from far and wide to join us. I've already met some people from Queensland and Western Australia, and I guess some of you from Sydney probably took even longer to get here than we did. Huawei, as you know, has been in Australia some considerable time, and we've addressed this over the last 3 roadshows and spoken to many of you individually. We consider we're a pretty integral part now of Australian society. We support Australian sport. The Canberra Raiders were third this year and probably premiership winners. But then on the other end, it's not always the winners. We also support the Gold Coast Suns. We'll be back then. And in the middle probably is the Wellington Phoenix, who tend to finish up in the middle of the ladder. But apart from that, last week I had the opportunity of joining 12 young Indigenous boys camping out of Broome in the Clontarf program and seeing how they are now totally committed into finishing their schools. And that's another great charity we support. And then Tour de Cure, the Cancer for Children program. So we're now getting very integrated into Australian society. We're proud of what we achieve outside of just the business environment. Now, as James has said, this is our 3rd roadshow here in Sydney. And it's no longer really about the wow factor of technologies and innovation that we bring to Australia and us and our competitors are putting into Australian society. Some of that is still going to be here, and you'll see it down below. But it's really time now to take action on some of these technologies. Applying the technologies that are now available, building frameworks for those that are coming, putting in place effective business solutions for industries and in our environment, which includes our cities, and the smart cities programs that we're into now that demonstrate this. The future lies in maximising these technological advancements first. Big data, data analytics, Internet of Things through sensors, links with cloud and data, and preparing for 5G when it arrives in the future. Now the move forward is more evolutionary than revolutionary. We need to progressively apply the new technologies as they become available. Like smart city, there is no one solution of smart city, as you all know. Smart city is going to be a progressive sum of parts. Smart utilities, smart parking, smart transport, smart health. Integral parts that eventually will make our cities and our environment smarter. Now, Huawei has continued its dynamic growth year on year. James mentioned $60 billion was our revenue last year, and we've grown at over 30%, greater than 30% year on year, and we anticipate we'll do that again this year. So that means we're looking at around 80 billion US for this year. But more importantly for us, for our customers, our stakeholders and our partners, is that our R&D commitment, which is a percentage of revenue between 10 and 12%, continues. Last year we had $9 billion US invested in R&D through over 75,000 employees around the world in the R&D business, 16 global centres and more than 24 joint innovation centres. This means we are ready and able to contribute to the application of these new technologies that are coming into our life. Now, for us in Australia, we must embrace and maximise the opportunities of the new technologies. We are a small country. We consider we're a smart country. But that's only so while we're at the front, at the leading edge of technology and innovation. Now, Mr Yan Lead will brief us today on the global technology, or the global, connectivity index Australia is being caught up to. And in future, we must accept technologies from all companies, from all countries, if we are to stay in the lead and take the maximum advantage of opportunities. Because if our competitiveness drops, we will lose out in supplying these new markets. In 2014, 2/3 of the world's middle class lived in Europe and the USA. In 2025, more than 50% of the world's middle class will be in Asia. Now, we believe Huawei is well placed to contribute to the future. Firstly, by collaborating with governments, industry, and businesses in general for a coordinated approach to applying these new technologies globally. Secondly, by competing with our competitors on innovation and R&D, being the first to give our customers and our partners the advantage to deliver the benefits to their customers. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us. Enjoy the 2 days. Then join us in this exciting journey, connecting the world, connecting Australia, across all our businesses as we get smarter in the future. Thank you.